So when I come in here and he's sort of like a little nosy, this guy likes to, you know, be in your pocket. Would you call that engaged or would you call that?
Yeah,
Yes.
he's engaged, trying to look for something, you know,
Yeah, okay.
play, interaction.
Because like right now he's like,
Yep.
oh hi, I'm kind of trying to be in your pocket, but I'm not paying attention to anything but you. I mean, in a sense.
Yeah, you want to, if you can, now you can regulate that so he's not just all over you. You can
Right.
kind of like keep him here and then go, okay, now just don't be in my space. But once you're there, you're going to see if he stands still and act like a partner, I'm going to give you good things you like. He said, oh, I could do that all day. I could do that all day. I'll take you from you.
You want the carrot stick?
Yeah.
Okay, let me get it. It's right over there.
I should have grabbed it before I walked in.
I'm gonna have to put it to one.
Is that your happy face? Is that your happy face?
It's hard to see. When I have him on the circle, what I've really been working on is just getting him to connect with me, and
Yeah.
he does tend to, takes a bit, at least at this point, to get him to get an ear on me and an eye on me.
Yeah, it took a while yesterday.
Yeah. And he does tend to pull.
Yep.
Just so you know, I mean, obviously you know, I think you know,
Yeah.
and I know. Spending, 2 hours
He's-
with him, close to a year.
Yeah, he's just not connecting when he gets further out, and he thinks he thinks he understands the deal, and goes out there and tries to just do something. He doesn't fully understand it. So we're trying to get that to a higher level, so we can make some progress.
Yeah. And another thing I was kind of wondering about is, you said, like elephants, they don't forget.
Yep.
So, but they can get rusty because I was told, and who knows, that this guy was, I mean, he was a wagon horse in Amish, Pennsylvania, but he was also at a resort in Richmond, Rhode Island, where he was doing trail rides and carriage rides.
Yep.
Now, of course, that doesn't mean that he wasn't being quote-unquote forced to do what they wanted him to do. I certainly know that I think this guy's had a better ride than our other one. I think she's been traumatized by humans, basically, in some way or another. I think he's had a pretty good ride, like a reasonable ride, let's put it that way. But he's still, it's been a year anyway, for a good year, since anybody did much of anything with him. We were just surviving the last year.
Yeah.
Doing the chores that we needed to do and trying to deal with his legs,
Yeah.
which still aren't completely where they need to be.
So he was in rut board.
Yeah. So basically what I'm saying is I think he got rusty. Is that such a thing, or am I making that up?
They can get rusty, but it's mostly just miscommunication. If the pattern's different, then it's completely, it's a completely different language to them. They don't have it set in how things are done to help them feel comfortable that they know what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
That's a good sound. That's the best sound.
What does that sound mean to you?
It's relaxing. It's dropping any tension and anxiety that they might be carrying. Even they may not even look worried, but if they can't put the head down and relax, move their lips, lick and chew, and they're probably not working towards relaxation. They're probably starting to get, and introverted horses will just internalize stuff and kind of, and until it all explodes when
Like
they go.
that's more like our other horse, I
Yeah,
think.
she's more introverted.
Yeah.
So they'll put up with a lot of stuff, and then all of a sudden just go, I can't take it anymore. This
Sounds
is
like
too much.
me.
You don't rear.
I don't rear. 1,200 pounds.
Well, emotionally, horses aren't much different than us. It's,
Oh, I'm getting that more and more.
Yeah,
Believe me.
and-
We're both psychologists, so we're real interested.
oh, good. Yeah, that's you'll get it a lot better. But it's really all about safety and comfort, and it is with us. But we don't think about how safety and comfort is such a big factor because it's kind of taken care of. We don't really, we don't have to worry about the bears and the tigers, and
Right.
they don't know any of that.
These days, it's emotional safety.
Well, it is with horse. Everything's driven by emotions. So, the deep motivator for everything you do is an emotion of from somewhere. So, theirs is out of fear, usually out of safety and comfort. And once you get that taken care of, then their next deal they need to play before food. So if they're in a herd, play is finding out who's the top dog before they'll feel comfortable to eat. So play is even a bigger factor, motivating factor for horses than food is. But when I talk about play, it's kind of understand just where they are on the hierarchy.
Yeah.
If they need to be the one watching out for their safety, or if they see that we got that covered for them, and they can just look for food and play and comfort, get more comfort once their safety's taken care of.
And in nature, as you said, who's who in the zoo can vary from.
Yep. Yeah, in a herd, in different situations, but usually in the wild, there's a lead mare and a lead stallion.
Yeah.
So I think one of them tells the herd when to go, and the other tells the herd where to go. That's their jobs in the herd. I can't remember which is which.
Okay.
But they, it's like chickens. They got to have a pecking order before they feel, okay, now I know,
Yeah, no, it
I
makes
can
sense.
relax. You come with me? Oh, he is. He's such a handsome fella. He is. Okay, big boy. Get some of the rough off of you. Oh, I'm fresh out. I'm fresh out. Good job. Good job. And the biggest thing, if they like being with you, they're going to put more effort into trying to figure out what you're saying. If they don't, opposite, they're going to just go figure out how to frustrate you. Frustrate a predator. That's the main goal of a prey animal is, frustrating the predator. And horses are probably the finest prey animal Earth has developed. Also very useful. If we didn't have horses, this country or the world wouldn't be anywhere near where it is today.
It's very true.
Before riding horseback, that was the fastest you could travel until trains came along.
Yeah. Oh, whenever I do equine assisted therapy, we both do. And so I've learned a little bit about the history of horses only because their role in our lives is just tremendous.
Yeah.
It continues to be.
I think I read something in the turn of the century, 1900s, 98% of people were attached to agriculture in some way, and now it's 2%. 98% are disconnected from agriculture, which includes animal stuff. So it's just, completely. It's out of their realm of influence. So when they see stuff, especially here I'm big in horse racing because it's such a they do such a bad job training them that they don't last very long. You know, the breaking down, and it's all just because people don't understand. It's gotten so far from what horses
I'm from here, but
are.
grew up in Oregon, but had horses in Oregon in my backyard for 35 years.
Oh, cool. There's some envelope, manila envelopes out there with our mission. There's an article in there that one of the trade papers, wrote about us, and then there's an agreement in there for we put a syndicate together to try to raise money to develop the horses that we've raised, basically just to show what's possible, and get somebody to ask, well, why would you do that? And then when we explain why and what it means to the horse, eventually that's going to get out to where they're going to say, even if it doesn't produce a faster horse, it produces a horse that's going to last, be useful his whole life without force, fear, and intimidation being the factors in his development.
Do you rehabilitate any, or you just are developing?
I'm just developing. I have, in fact, my brother, he's a trainer, and he sent me one horse that got what they call ruled off a racetrack because she couldn't behave. So I got her rehabbed enough to go back to the track. She's still not 100% comfortable, but once she gets out there, she relaxes. She was doing pretty good, and then she had a little bit of a chip, and the guy took it out, and should be hearing any time if he's going to send her back to me or not. It's kind of a once they learn something, especially the intensity of horse racing, if they learn how to get out of that, and she did, she just run backwards and then eventually trip and fall over.
Oh my God.
And that was a better solution to her than going through what she had to go through, because she misunderstood it so bad. But she's getting better, but it's never going to be all the way out. So I still can't guarantee that I can fix her. I've got her 3/4 of the way, but there's still a lot of intense stuff she has to deal with. It's just going to be a time-consuming trip, and she seems pretty talented, but you just never know.
Well, that reminds me of the people we see who have the worst trauma. You can heal, but you can't.
Yeah, it's never gone, but you give them a structure, a way to deal with that.
Yeah, but you can't. Sometimes it's
Scars
you,
are
you gotta limit your expectations a little with some people.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it all ends up boiling down to the amount of effort they put into
Yeah.
to what they need to do to do better. Just like the little things with the horses, if you're not doing that, it doesn't tilt the scale to where they're like, okay, it's better to be with you than without you. There's less tension with you, and until that gets all the way up to, I can't wait, because all the good stuff happens when you're around, and I'm just bored and in a stall and taking care of regular stuff. But you become their recreation if you're doing things right, and then they stop putting brace and their safety above you, because you start unconsciously knowing something might bother them and nip the thing in the bud, or change their mind, or get their mind, like when you see something like that, if I can get his attention back on me, that whole world just kind of disappears and he comes back into my world, and that gives you a chance that now he can look at it with new eyes. If I let him look at whatever thoughts scared him again, and he can go, oh shoot, if all I do is stay connected to you and think instead of react, I can handle all this stuff. And if I still can't, you know what to do to help me feel better. And it's like taking a kid, you're helping a kid along, a 2-3-year-old. You're not going to spank him and get mad at him for being afraid, or you're just going to go, okay, let's go over here and look at it from here, and you're going to be okay. And once the kid trusts and respects you, then they're going to put effort into, okay, I'll try better. Irrational fears. Horses are irrationally claustrophobic naturally. Yeah, that's another good sign. And horses with white eyes, if you can see that white, it means they're on alert. That their eyes are big enough. He doesn't have a lot of white, but some horses, when they're scared, you can start seeing. That's just a nice little indicator built into them, let you know if you're doing the wrong thing. Usually the head has to come above the withers before them to get on adrenaline. So
Oh,
if they feel like they don't need to put their head up, then they're telling you that they're probably calm and comfortable, not as worried as they could be. I know. Yes, you can go see her. Go hang around, move around a little bit. It's not the most funnest thing. It's not the most funnest thing. That's why you see me. I don't hardly ever pull on that rope. I just use it as a signal, and then any pressure I'll add, it will be behind or to the side if I want him to go this way. So I'm leading him. He's going okay. I see where that goes. The problem is what most people do is pull on their face, and as soon as they feel tension, the first thing they do naturally is start bracing. So they start pushing against it unconsciously, just because pressure came up. They scared them a little bit, so they go away from it. But this way, if they get in the habit of going, no, that's just that indicator to where to go, and if I follow that, I won't get any pressure, and if I don't follow it, then pressure's going to come, and then I'll start to figure it out. I know. He loved to play with those big lips. He loved to play with those big lips. Higher the respect level, the less pressure it takes to get him to back up. You're always, do whatever it takes to get him back up, but you always start at the lightest phase, like just your energy. Bring your energy up like you're starting to get an aggressive energy, and if he doesn't feel that, then start. Oops, he lost me. So it's not going to work because he got distracted. So, super. Pressure motivates, the release teaches. So when you add pressure, that you got to be conscious of when you start adding pressure that you want to keep it up until you get something, and then stop. A lot of people will start, like a lot of people will back a horse up, and it might get to phase 2, and then for the next step they just keep going, phase 2, maybe phase 3 now, instead of starting back every time they try. Start where your dream phase is. Like if you say, in the end, when I got this horse finished, if I just go and he backs up, that's good. And if he doesn't, then that pattern has to be very strong in you, that you kind of operate the same way, so that he sees it coming and goes, okay, I know what to do. And as soon as I do the right thing, I know I'm going to get the comfort back. But that's just, the lighter you can do it, the more you know that he's trusting and respecting that whatever it is you're asking is going to be okay. If he does it, he's going to get what he wants. Tit for tat, this for that. Uh-oh, nobody said that way. Perfection. That was good.
You were just pointing him that way a
Yep.
little bit, and you went a little
Yep.
bit that way, and then you said, hey.
Yeah.
And you let him watch him?
Yep. When he did the right thing, because he didn't know that I'm not sending him out on the circle for two rounds. He just, if he falls, and then if my energy comes back down, then yeah. If I continued to put, drive him out there until he went to where just wherever he starts and stops, if you're in control of that, almost so that he doesn't anticipate, I'm backing up and it looks like we're in a place they're going a circle, so I'm just going to take off and go do the circle, and then I'll be done, instead of waiting for that instruction. Which them being on autopilot is good, but they also need to be able to take them out of autopilot, and they'd be okay with that, because that's just the normal way we do things. But as they're learning the circling game, you're just looking for the first elements of it working good before you start doing any more. So if he's having a hard time following that feel at a light light pressure, then I would keep playing with that until he really understood it. So then it almost gets into that pattern. Like you're tying your shoes, you know, after a while you quit counting which step you're on. You just, your fingers take over, and you couldn't stop, and you couldn't do it the other way because you've learned one way. And if you try it sometime, tie your shoe a different way, you'll have to stop and think about it even a little bit, so it's not in your pattern. But once it's in the pattern, and you just whip it out, just like riding, everything becomes a pattern. And if you switch that up, change hands, try to write left-handed or right-handed, whatever you're not, you have to teach your brain all new patterns. There's a really cool video a guy made where they took a bicycle and re-engineered the steering so that it would be completely opposite. And it took however long to retrain your brain how to ride that bike correctly. And then when you get back on another bike, and you got to retrain your brain again, it comes back quicker because it's already in there. But because your new pattern has overridden it, it's really interesting to watch. But it just goes to how the brain patterns work.
Yeah, Rhett, I haven't driven a standard car in like probably 20-something years. Last weekend I had to borrow my daughter's, and she said to me, "No, it's a standard." I went, "Oh, no problem." I got in, never stalled it, drove it to Boston for the weekend. I was like, wow, it's like riding a bike.
It is.
It's like boom, 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 and it was a 6-speed. I'd never driven a 6-speed, but
Aren't you awesome? Aren't you awesome?
it was crazy that it was there, you know, because I drove a standard for years.
Yeah, I learned on a dually standard vehicle. So that was my first introduction other than golf carts. I thought, why don't they make everything automatic? These standards are hard.
My
But
first car was a standard.
in Europe, mostly all cars are that way.
They're starting to kind of come back a little bit here again. My son is
I actually enjoy it, but I don't enjoy commuting.
Yeah, in traffic, I hate it. That's the worst. I'm always worried I'm killing that clutch.
because it's more eating, there's more driving.
Yeah,
Somebody likes to drive.
So my daughter was funny. She's like, first year's a little, you have to be careful, you have to feather. I'm like, I don't know what that means. Feather.
So
Like, I don't know the lingo.
Yeah, sometimes, and this is the way I had taken some lessons before, and growing, and sometimes you put it behind you, and sometimes you put it like over your head. Is there a reason why?
What's that?
The rope, when you're doing circling, sometimes it seems like you put it behind you,
It's
which is what I had learned.
what you're looking for is once they understand that their job is to stay on the circle until you ask them off of the circle, then you want to get where you can just stand there and pass that rope around you. They try to tell you to avoid doing that in case they pull just right when you got it over your head. It'll pull your shoulder out. That's all that is about. It's the next step, whether you kind of follow them around on the circle and kind of help shepherd them in the right direction, keep them going the right. But eventually they have to learn, and you'll see when they go around your back, they're like, oh, nobody's watching me, I can dink off.
Right.
And just get where you feel that. So you want to be able to have almost eyes in the back of your head until they get over that fact and just go, okay, I'm on the circle, let me just stay on the circle and hurry up. The better I do the circle, the sooner I'll get off the circle. That's kind of what we're trying to teach every time. The more effort they put in, at the beginning we're going to reward that effort and then try again and get a little bit more the next time and reward that. Just putting the positive patterns in instead of the negative. And negative is just disconnecting too. So if they're out on the circle and they think disconnecting is okay, it's going to do the same thing when they're riding. So you just want to, get that better and better every day, that they understand what their job is. Oh, you're getting so tired. You're getting so tired. I know, it's terrible. Okay, you ready? Let's go back. Let's do one more, see if we can get a trot in. They'll even get so smart about the patterns, they'll start anticipating when they see the rope and the stick in this hand and that hand. They'll start anticipating, oh, we're definitely going to go that way. So when I start seeing them do that and start making assumption, and I'll hold these closer together and then maybe switch up at the end and send him the other way, just so that he gets out of the pattern and goes, oh, I see what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And it's okay that he sees that, but I don't want him to take over. If he sees that and I can see him going and anticipating that way, but not assuming and not just leaving before I ask him, then I won't worry about that so much. But you'll see a lot of things. They'll pick up a lot of little things, subtle things that we don't realize we're. I don't know. He's too tired to work today. Your hindquarters are getting crooked. Hindquarters are getting crooked. He might be tipping, going backwards a little crooked, just anticipating that we're going this way. I don't know yet. I'm just every time I'm playing with him, I'm thinking, does he understand what I'm asking? Is he going straight back? He's just so tired. He's so tired. He had a rough night last night. Too much partying. Okay. And that's another pattern, getting his energy up to go and then letting him come back down and rewarding that. So you'd rather have him just tired and you have to add more pressure to get him going rather than being on tilt, ready to go all the time. You can't use that as a defense mechanism. And there we go. See, he missed it the first time when the hand went. He didn't stay connected to it. So instead of adding pressure, I asked again with the hand to see if he would reconnect, and I wouldn't have to add pressure. Instead of adding pressure, I just noticed that he missed the sign. So let me just give him the sign again before I add.
Where you added pressure.
Disconnected. Get him reconnected. I know it's interesting out there. There he goes. That's pretty good. That was pretty good effort.
So right now you're just looking at the level of effort.
Yeah, that he's doing it. He's doing it correctly instead of that he's in the right position. He's looking in the right direction and thinking about me instead of just going, oh, I'm on the circle. Well, that's time to go dink around. So handsome, so itchy. Okay, let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got here. Itchy belly. Yeah. Little things like that, he lost contact with me instead of, doing something to, pulling on his head to get his attention back on me. I'll just move away and see if that draws him. You're supposed to be paying attention over here. What do you see? What do you see? There he goes. There he goes. Stay with me. Stay with me. I know. He's a silly boy. He's a silly boy. Oops, you almost got your butt. Almost got your booty attacked. You gotta protect that booty. Ah, what a champion. What a champion. That feel pretty good? That felt good, yeah. I'm out of cookies. I'm out of cookies. You don't look like you need any cookies. You don't look like you need any. Where are you going? Nobody said to go anywhere. Nobody said to go anywhere. Wrong answer. Wrong answer. There he goes. He can do that stuff.
What's the tallest horse you've jumped on from the ground?
Probably 16 something. But I used to be able to get on a 17 horse from the ground when I was young and spry. Huh?
How did you stop him?
I added a little pressure on this rein, just to basically ask for his nose to come this way. So I wasn't asking him to stop by pulling on his head. I was just picking up one rein and see if he yielded that pressure. He finally did. He wasn't going to go much further probably anyway. Yeah, it is big. Oh yeah, I could do this all day. Do this all day. Neutral? No, I didn't say move. I didn't say move. There he goes. There's the right answer. There's the right answer. What about this side? No, wrong answer. There, close enough. Champion. See how he roots his nose like that? He's been pulled on before, so that's his way to get out of that. His answer to pressure is push into it instead of yield from it. So just an old pattern. There. Oh, this side's good, huh? This side's good shape. There we go. Now we're using our thinker. Now our thinker's engaged. Nicely done. That was perfection. Beautiful. It's beautiful. And if I was pulling his head around, he would fight that and push against it. Instead, he just goes, I think this is a signal. Let me follow that feel. And he won't have so much mental brace about it. Tension, boom, perfection, perfection. See, I've done this before. I know what to do. Oh, wrong side. Nice. Nicely done. Get your hindquarters. Oh, tricked you. Tricked you. Move the hindquarters. No, no. Hindquarters. Hindquarters, no. Not pulling on his head. I'm only keeping his head from going past center over here. Get him tipped again. As for the hindquarters, you know how to do it. There it is. That's close. I know you're confused. I can tell. Sorry. Nice. Now, nope, 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 nope. Don't make assumptions. Yeah, hindquarter. There. Close enough. That was a rough one. That was a rough one. Pretty soon he'll attach the reward of getting scratched on the neck like that to doing the right maneuver, and he'll put hey, where are you going? No, nobody said back up. Neutral lateral. Neutral lateral.
You find the horses tend to be like easier with that on one side than the other?
Usually right-handed horses are more easier to go to your left. They're if I think it is, I can't remember how it goes. Nice. And then hindquarter. Hindquarter. So get that spur out of my belly. Beautiful. No. There, close enough. Right direction. Oh, it's the easy spots now. Uh-oh. He might be misunderstanding that pressure as I'm asking him to back up. He doesn't realize it's only on one side where the pressure's coming. So once we remind him a few times, he's going to go, "Oh yeah, I know the answer now." Shine that boot. Nice. Hindquarters.
So how do you ask them to back up with one leg?
Yes, you can. So you really wouldn't want to. There it is. You wouldn't want to start there. You'd want to start, and really, I don't use the reins to start either. I usually put a string around their neck, and I'll use that, just because any pressure on their face can be misunderstood real easy. So I'll use the reins to keep their head kind of straight, but just use the pressure of my seat and the string there to add pressure in front so that they learn to move away from that. Hey, hey. You're just taking off. Everybody said move your feet. He's just trying to figure out how to get rid of the pressure. There it is. Hindquarter. Hindquarter. There it is. Oh, nobody said go forward. Nobody said go forward. going to save you. They're the ones that brought you. There you go. There he goes. Over here. Over here. Over here. There you go. Champion. You. There he goes. Over here. There you go.
So you're not holding back, you're just holding your hand.
Yeah, and I'm keeping it. When they teach it, they talk about pretend you have like a knife in your hand.
Yeah.
You stab yourself in the leg, and now you don't want to move that knife anymore to avoid the pain. So once you get the signal right, the rein length correct, then once you add that, once you get your hand to your leg, you can't change the pressure. He puts pressure on by pushing away from it, or takes pressure off by yielding from it. So if he's doing the right thing, he takes the pressure off himself. It keeps us from accidentally moving the goalposts, and then they don't understand what the actual goal was supposed to be. And then they start just hating pressure on the face, because then as humans we just get, how come you don't know this? So do this, do it again, and pull harder until they. That's beautiful. How about hindquarter? No, hindquarter.
Not asking him to move his hind end at all.
Yeah, I'm starting to put this right leg back and add pressure where it makes sense to move that part. Trying to kick the leg off. There it is. Yeah, I know.
What you just said about rein position in your leg, is that for forever?
It'll get subtler and subtler. Once they understand this part, they're already going to be putting it over here. There you go. Like I say, if you set up your patterns right, they're going to start going, oh, I know what that pattern is, pattern number 49, so that I can avoid the pressure and I can get this a little faster.
Started to ask for that hindquarter yield by bringing that leg back
Yeah.
and putting pressure.
And another factor to it, because I want the hindquarters to move, not the forequarters. I'm going to put my weight a little bit further forward.
Yeah.
You know, exaggerate to teach and then refine as you go along. So in the beginning, and eventually, all you have to do is sit in the right spot, and he'll go, oh, I know where to put my nose and where to put my legs, and you won't have to add any pressures. But it's like the cops having a gun; they don't want to have to use it, but if they don't have it, then they can't reinforce. There it is. So smart. I know. So many things to chew on. You do. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oops. The rein is too long. Just want that rein enough that he can't get his nose packed the other way. And now he can be bottled up now until he decides.
He's evading what you're asking.
He's just thinking, because the rein's a little long, he's not really bent too much. He can move a little bit, That's okay. He can walk around and find looking for the right answer as long as he needs to. And as soon as he finds it, the pressure goes away. So pressure motivates, release teaches. Pressure's like when they say, I put my leg back, he starts pushing his nose on my leg, try to get it off. He's just looking for a way to get out of the pressure. If he can figure out the right way to get rid of that pressure, then he'll offer that first instead of trying everything else first. There it is. There it is. Hindquarters? Can we do hindquarters? You're not paying attention. Hindquarters? There it is. What a champion. What a champion. Uh-oh. Hey. There we go. Let's go walk for a minute. Neutralateral. Ah, perfection. Door.
Goodbye.
Yoo-hoo. Yoo-hoo. And a hindquarters, you. And a hindquarters. There, he's getting the hang of it. Preferably, he shouldn't be moving his front end, but in the beginning, we'd let it be a little rough until he figures it out. But I got him coming off of. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Where's my pony? There he is. There he is. And that last little piece, it's just indication that he's checked in with me. That when he finally comes the rest of the way, almost you can see his eye coming. Looks like, is this the right answer? And as soon as he's starting to think that way, I've already released, said, yeah, that's the right answer. No. Nope. Nope. There. There. You see his ear, he's starting to go, oh, I know this stupid game. I know how to win. I know how to win now. Good job. Good job. Nicely done. Beautiful. He's so smart. There he goes. Oh, yeah. He is the smartest. Uh-oh. Yoo-hoo. Yoo-hoo. That's it. Now you stay away from my water. That's my water. There it is. He's so smart. He's so smart. Very smart boy. There it is. There it is. Perfect hindquarter yield. You jump over those logs so easy, huh? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ah, so smart. So smart. Nice. Very nice. I know if that thing hadn't gotten in your way, you'd have been perfect, huh? Stuff getting in your way. There he goes. Nice. How about a hindquarter yield? How about a hindquarter yield? Yes. I know. We can do that a little smoother next time, you think? Just neutral lateral first. Neutral lateral first. Yoo-hoo. 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 She can't save you. Hold her. Yes. You the man. You the man. Over here. There it is. Hindquarters. That's close. You're not supposed to move your front though. That's okay. There it is. There he goes. Hard to get the right answer all the time, huh? Nice. What a champion. What a champion. Hindquarter yield. Hindquarter yield. Yeah. Yes. He's a champion. He's a champion. Yoo-hoo, yoo-hoo. Yes. Yes. Oh, good job. Oh yeah, he's so smart. He's so smart. Good thing we kept the answers easy, huh? Nice. Very nice. Oh yeah, getting it all figured out. Again, once that becomes a strong pattern, then he won't keep doing the wrong things accidentally, just looking for the answer. He's just going to go, I know how to get that shut off. Oh. I know you tried this. That stuff was in your way. Huh? That stuff is in your way. I'm over here. Yeah. There you go. I know, it looks like a scratching post, huh? There he goes. There he goes. It does work. Okay, let's go find something to do. Nice. Hey. Hey. How about a 4/4 yo? Yes. I know how to do those too, you know. I'm really interested in this post though. Nice. Light and soft.
Is he devious enough to try to get out of what you're asking by climbing all of these?
He could be. I'll just make it more difficult for him to do that. And as soon as he tuned back into me, he'd be good for a second, and then we might go away again. Uh-oh. 4/4? Yeah, that was like a champion move right there. That was a champion move. There's Tio. Yoo-hoo. One more 4/4 and we'll call it a day. Hey, you, over here. Over here. Don't go forward. Not forward. Not forward. Ah, pretty close. That was pretty close. I know you had a rough day. You've had a rough day.
Yeah, damn hard.
You said,
Are
oh,
you
yeah.
gonna try to ditch your whole self?